Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. Hopefully you find something that you like and you join our little family. So I wanted to say that I have maybe made about 20 videos that I just had to just ditch because since ending with Summer with the Masters, I was kind of in this state of what to do next. This one is Wink, the Wink. We're working on the Wink. This is my venture into square drills. How is it going? Let me just tell you, I have incense lit next to me to calm my nerves. I was so excited to begin using square drills. This is new to me. It's my first time. It's been a challenge. So after completing this one quadrant, the first quadrant, I was like, oh, okay. It was a little bit of a learning curve, getting them to line up. I did a lot of single placing, but I'm a multi-placer. Not because I want to get done quick, but because it's the micro movement of doing this back and forth with single placing. I couldn't get my multi-placing together. I just couldn't. They were all lopsided. They were sliding. So what do? I go over to the altar of diamonds and washi, and I go over to Katie's YouTube channel to see, does Katie have something on using square drills, diamond placing? And of course she did. And part of the mistake I was making was I was using wax in my multi-placer, and that was making me slide all over the place. Oxing this, I had stated, I'm going to use everything that's in the kit. You don't need anything else. Well, you know, that is true, but I think that using a putty is a little bit more stabilizing, especially these drills. I mean, I'm picking up a white drill. I mean, look how teeny tiny that is. It's just so tiny. And that's the other thing. Like, I just picked up a white drill. You could see the gaps align a little bit more on a white drill than you can a darker drill. I don't know how this is rendering. Actually, this one's popped up. So, my biggest problem was I was having drills that were infiltrating the next space. And I was like, how do you get these to line up where they're not butting into their neighbor? Because it makes things difficult, you know, when you go to put the next line. So, you know, using a crosshatch pattern single, if you're multi-placing to do every other row, is a good way to leave some space so that you can, I guess, if you have to move them around, you can. Now, I see a lot of my drills are popped up, and that right now is just making me, like, this one is totally up. I don't know how that's going to render, but he's right there. He's right here. He's popped up. Here's another guy that's popped up. So it's satisfying to push them in and get that little crunch, but I know why they're popped up. They're popped up because there wasn't the room to place them down. For some reason, they're just not. There we go. There's that little crunch right there. Placing down. So I thought, let me, you know, this is part of learning. Let me turn on the camera and let me do this last spot here with what I remember Katie saying about loading your multi-placer with, she was using Quake. And what was really funny was I had just got this a couple of days ago, and I do have poster tack that I always have in my hand when I'm diamond painting to pick up these little stray pieces like that piece I was just trying to get up. I just got it off 1, 2, 3 with the poster tack. And I usually have this with me when I'm diamond painting. If I see any little specks of wax that or residue on the drill, I just pick it up like that. And it's also good for taking the wax out of your drill by just pressing it into the drill. I'm not doing it correctly. I'm not doing it on a flat surface. Just kind of press it in there and boom, it comes right out. Okay, so I'm going to replace with the Quake putty, and we're going to see, I'm going to try and remember what Katie was saying last night. I actually had it on before I went to bed. I was just so wiped out. If you're on the East Coast, and I think even the West Coast is suffering with this heat, like my hair has not been dry for like the last 4 days. It's, you know, you're doing stuff around your house and you're, you know, just, it's, the air conditioning is not working. It's ridiculous. So I just sliced off a little piece with my scissor. I'm going to press it in there. Just pressing it in. My cake skills are coming into play here. Okay, so I want to pick up, even though I'm not done this section, I want to pick up where this is the white section, because you know what? I'm going to take this little raw piece and just put it with my other putty. Okay, so let's put this away. This again is Quake Hold, and I have museum putty and I have poster tack. I think they're all pretty much the same. I should really do a comparison and see. I think the poster tack is a little bit harder, denser. This almost, I think I like holding this because this reminds me of my kneading eraser that I use when I am sketching. Okay, so put this away, and I'm going to take out the white drills. I hope everybody is enjoying their summer, getting away. The only thing to do is when it's hot like this is to get like near some kind of water. But even the water, it's so hot that even the pools are hot. And here's something else that Katie pointed out. You know, you put your drills in a tray and you slide them over, and if any of them are not aligning, it's usually because they are a trash kind of drill. And that's really interesting that I can, here's a hole in this one. So I'm going to pull him out. I don't think I ever really looked at my drills before. This one is not aligning, and I could see that there's a little piece of plastic on the bottom. And she was saying how important that is, that they all do align uniformly, because it's going to make your row even. So that's part of it too. Maybe it's not your technique. Maybe it is that one of the drills is a little funky. So yeah, I learned that yesterday too. So are these three all stuck together? No, these tweezers are fabulous. They are Diamond Art Club tweezers. Okay, so I have my putty, earthquake putty, and Katie was saying not to come straight down, but almost on an angle. So just want to make sure that this end is cleaned up. I don't want to pick up any drills that I don't need. All right, and I'm going to take this completely off. It's the last section. I'm going to come in on the side. This is actually a 4. Hers were neater. I think I have the habit of having them hang off a little bit. So let's try this again. I don't really think that that's what she meant when she said come in off the side. I think that she comes in along the rim. Oh, much better. And then she places one end down and does a rock and roll thing. Like, you could see here though what I was talking about. Hopefully I'm in the shot here. Is that my phone? You could see where these drills are in the business of this neighborhood. And so what Katie was saying that she does, am I in the shot? Yes. She places one side down and rocks to the finish. Now that's nice. It's not, they are down. It's not, it's perfect. Okay. What else would it be? She's the queen. Okay. So over to the side. I always manage to have like one hanging over. Okay. Place it down and rock it forward. And this one, of course, needs a little zhuzh. Wow. It has been such a challenge working with square drills for me. It is going to be a totally meditative practice for sure. There is, now I felt like that one was pretty neat, but see how it's still in this lane here. And maybe that's because I didn't bring this one up high enough. Now we're good. So that has been my adventure in square drills. That's pretty neat. I don't know if you can really see it with the putty. They remind me of teeth when they're white like that. Maybe I'll start down here now. I do like going north to south in the direction as opposed to this way. I feel like I can't see. And I guess, you know, the multiplacing, you're just going to need to, you know, really take stock at where you are and look to make sure. Now, I believe cross-hatching goes something like this. Working on the diagonal, I believe. Oh yeah, my eyes are going a little wonky with this one. So I'm only going to do 3 rows. So you're working on the diagonal. Then I guess you would skip a row and you would come over here. The thing with this is I was doing single placing and I got confused and I started to put the drills in the wrong position. And I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? So then this would go here. Right? See, I'm dyslexic, so that's why I'm having a hard time with this. But that's kind of like the pattern that you want. You want to be like well, yeah, that would have went there. Then this one goes here on the diagonal, right? And then this one will go here on the diagonal. And then I believe what you get out of this is that satisfying, you know, little crunch that you get popping them in. So you make these little crunch pockets. And the drills are, you know, in their proper space. They're not overlapping. Maybe I need to teach myself how to do this. And maybe that's just going to be the way that I do this. You know, again, like I say, what am I rushing to? So that was nice. That really was, I really did enjoy that. But I don't feel like they're straight. So I don't think that it's a perfectionist thing. I just think that these drills are fussy. I think that they're just fussy. And if you like I'm a crafter, and now in my craft of paper arts, there is a die, a bronze die for practically every rubber stamp out there. And you know, years ago we did what was called fussy cutting, and that's what this reminds me of. Like, this is a fussy cutting technique, being precise. And then I guess I would skip this row and then I would go here. Okay, let me try it. Like I said, I'm dyslexic, so I have a slight dyslexia, and this right now, know what this reminds me of? How I'm looking at it, this reminds me of a kaleidoscope. Like when everything is just like, ooh, like going crazy. So then I guess I would skip this one and I would go here, right? I was watching someone that said, don't worry about them being, you know, crooked. I don't know who it was. They straighten out when you put the next color in. So there's a crosshatch. Small section of a crosshatch. I'm going to go back to multiplacing. They were like, oh, they snap into place. They straighten out when you put the other one next to them. I'm being quiet so that you guys get the crunch. There's always one, it's always the last one, isn't it? So let me just even this out, and then I'm gonna go back to picking up but I think that was a great tip for looking at your drills, and maybe they are, you know, scrap drills, you know, maybe they have a piece of plastic attached to them. Maybe that's the problem. I'm already confused. Okay. I know that these are going in nicely. I'm not really looking at how straight they may be or not be right now, but you know I will. Just do this last row. And let's see here, being that I have this 4 space here. Pretty neat. And I'm going to place it down. Rock it forward. Oh, there's a little snap. Okay, all right. So this is where I am, kids. I'm coming into the home stretch. I thought that this was going to take me a day. If you watched my unboxing, I was so excited. Oh, you're such a little baby snack. I'm going to have you done in a day. Yeah, okay. The gods are always listening. That's what I say. The gods were laughing as I was shooting that video. Oh, my. Okay, so if you have to come up more. I did also wonder if this would work with square drills, and it actually did work. I was surprised that it worked to get them straight. Look how crooked these are. I'm not touching the poured glue section. I'm just kind of getting the edge in there. So, okay. Okay, what do you think? This is the section I just did. Trying to get this closer to you. Oh, this is the section that I just did. So I'm going to come back at it. I have a little piece of wax right here. You see that little piece of wax? Where is it? Right here. That's what I use my putty for. Come on. Okay. I hope you guys are nice and cool. And thank you for catching up on my channel with this little baby snack and baby talk and little baby tutorial. Can I even call it that? My little baby update with my square drills. Create the world you want to live in. That's what I always say. And create something beautiful. And thank you. I will. I wanted to really talk about something else, but I think that's going to wait until the next unboxing that I do, which is going to be another master. That'll be following up this one, because I think I'm going to get that one kitted up, because I'm really itching to get my Elizabeth Ward storage system open. Okay? Thank you so much, and welcome if you're new and you decide to subscribe. Leave me any questions or comments. Bye.